This video I'm going to show how I installed a battery balancer on four 12-volt 100 amp hour batteries wired in series, and also explain the problems that I had with the HC02 version after watching a video recommending them. But before I get into the problems I had with the HC02, I want to recommend these HX02 equalizers that I have had installed for over a year now, and I have never had an issue with them. They do cost quite a bit more, but if you want battery equalizers with a display, this would be an option worth considering if you can afford them. Another nice thing about these is you can wire them up without the harness plugged in, so you don't have to worry about damaging the unit if you accidentally touch the metal contacts with each other. This is not a review video though, so I will not go into detail about specific items, but rather explain how to install these battery balancers, or otherwise known as battery equalizers. So now for the HC02 version, which I ran into several issues while using. First thing I would like to explain is that later on I noticed that they came out with a version for lithium batteries, so I think these were just a poor initial design. You can see to the right under application it says that these are suitable for lithium batteries, but they later changed the title on the item I bought to suggest they were mainly for lead acid batteries. And the diagram that I want to pay attention to is the one on the left for the 4x12-volt batteries, which is what I have wired up in series. So next I will install this balancer, but the first thing that I want to mention is that it is printed right on the front to avoid any of the terminals touching each other, which I'm assuming will damage the unit. All the terminals come with plastic caps over them, so I will make sure to keep those on until I'm ready to screw them down to the proper battery terminal. So I will start with the two wires to the left of the equalizer and install the black on the negative terminal of the battery at the top left and the red wire on the positive side of the same battery. And once I touch the red wire to the positive side, it will power the battery equalizer on, so the display will show a voltage for the battery connected to the wires below it. The display will show an E01 code for all the other wires that are not connected to the equalizer yet, so I will take the next pair of red and black wires and hook them up to the corresponding battery terminals on the bottom left battery. And here I will brush my thumb over the equalizer power button to accidentally turn it off, and then try turning it back on a couple of times before taking the plastic tip off the red wire terminal and installing it on the battery. So I will take the stud post out of the positive side, make sure the terminal from the equalizer is flipped over to the correct side, and then screw the post back into the battery and tighten it up. Then I will try to turn the equalizer back on, and it takes me a while to figure out that I have to just quickly touch the power button symbol with my finger to get it to turn on and off, so expect to trigger it during the installation, which I immediately do again as I go to install the third set of wires from the equalizer to the battery on the bottom right. So I will speed the installation of the next four wires up because it's pretty straightforward. I take the plastic tip off the terminals right before I install them and make sure the pair of wires go to the same battery. I also need to make sure the red wire from the equalizer goes to the positive post and the black wire goes to the negative post on the battery, and if I do all that, the balancer should equalize the charge for all four batteries. Next thing that I want to do is go over the problems that I had with these HC02 units that prompted me to just return them all and use the HO2 units along with larger voltmeter displays. Here I am unscrewing the positive wire for one of the batteries at the fuse, and doing this should show me the E01 code on the display, but for some reason it does not. It would show the code for two of the batteries, but two other ones would still show a voltage reading even though they were not hooked up. I was very careful installing these, making sure to follow the instructions and not touch the terminals together, so I have no idea why these started doing this, but I noticed the problem because the voltage shows unbalanced. And again, I have never had any problems with the HX02 battery equalizer that I've been using for over a year. Another problem I had with the HC02 units is even after letting it sit unplugged for 24 hours, the display just started showing over 24 volts one day. The unit worked fine for several days and just started doing this, so I messaged support to ask if there was a way to reset it, but I didn't get a response back, so I decided to just return them all. Hopefully this video has helped, and feel free to ask any questions that you still may have in the comments. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe for more quick and on-point videos.